What's up, everyone? This is Jabril Muhammad with Fiction Crypto and Accountable here. So, give you a little bit of background about myself. From St. Louis, Missouri. Um, 29 years old. I'm a developer. Had quite the journey just to get here. Been homeless about 5 different times, man. Starting around the age of 15, and I think like the last time I was homeless was probably like 23. So it's been quite some journey. Um, I'm a person that's very study a lot. Have plenty of time to myself. I'm also a person that grew up in a household that was led by someone who practiced the Nation of Islam. So at the core essence of myself, even though I don't practice anymore, um, my heart is for my people. Now I have experienced and went through so many changes of not having the guidance, the leadership. So I've been this person, this person, this person, and this person. And as I grew to mature, one thing that was still at the core, even though sometimes I lashed out at my people, out of ignorance because of how we may act sometimes, which is the wrong thing to do. You never lash out or you never speak down on your people. You know what I'm saying? Now we be having some funny, crazy situations. Okay, that's cool to talk about, but negatively talking down to your people is something that we should never do. But at the core, one thing that has always been on my mind was black people. It's where we who we are. Our story, our struggle is uncomparable, man. The current climate right now towards black people like myself is not a safe environment. And this is why I created these applications. I understood that finance was going to be the thing that helps us actually move forward. And I understood that collective finance is the thing that's going to allow people from all over to be able to come together that can verify coming together on this blockchain so that we can spend and raise capital together. And excuse me, I'm not the best speaker. I used to be addicted to drugs. So I'll tell the full story, bro. The full story. So I'll be a little bit tweaked out a little bit sometimes, but it's okay because we face so much in our environments that is multiple is people like myself, but we learn how to come up out of it. So fast forward, built my life up all the way, got a great business now, work with data centers and stuff like that. And I just went on Jason Black's channel tonight, told me to come back when we have a couple of $1 million flowing through the application. And I want to show, you know, just some numbers and stuff, which can be ran through this application. Now, these are testnet wallets. Let me go back to it. These are testnet wallets. Currently, this is not real quote unquote money. This is testnet. So on a blockchain, you got the main net where the real value moves, all the dollars, all the assets, all that stuff moves. Then you got the testnet where you can replicate the same type of environment, financial environment, and move the money, the assets and everything, but it's fake. So this is not real right here. This is not a real wallet balance. But what I want to do is show you how real this is. So I built this causes page because we have an issue with platforms like GoFundMe. They can pick and choose when to allow us to raise money. They can pick and choose when to shut down our campaign. So if they believe, like for what's his young brother, out in Texas, Carmelo Anthony, I think he had like $600,000, and they shut the campaign down. That's crazy. And the crazy part is, when we're looking at this case, the facts of it is this kid was innocent. This kid looks like he's innocent. I believe he's innocent. I think he's innocent. That's self-defense. You can't persuade me that it's not self-defense. But this is a technology that allows us to verify transactions. That's what blockchain is. It's a ledger. So who has these capabilities? What's a ledger? A ledger is a system that keeps a record of accounts. So who has a ledger right now that I use every single day? Your bank account. The way that you know where your money went to or how much you spent is recorded on a ledger. So blockchain technology is that simple. It's a ledger. It's immutable. Some blockchains are immutable. Some are mutable. Immutable blockchains mean that the data cannot be interfered with, messed up, changed, or anything like that. And it serves as a point of truth and a truth source. And then you got mutable blockchains, which do have their specific purposes and causes that you can change that data. You can go back in history and change things. And, they have their specific causes. But what I choose to use is immutable blockchains because you can't alter the data. You can't go back and change something like how they try to change our history. So it's a cool piece of technology that I am trying to spread awareness about. People often see blockchain, they think crypto memes, they think scams, they think, all this other stuff. But no, the core principle of the technology is a record of account and it's a truth source. Now, what can you do with a blockchain? You can create financial markets that no one can control. And I mean no one. So let me give you an example. I, from anywhere on the world, can build an application and interact with this public ledger. This public ledger, I use the XRP ledger because I've been studying this stuff for quite some time. I know the best protocols. I know the most secure technology. I know who's pushing behind these technologies to make this even more secure. And also, I'm a contributor to the network for its security itself. See, these are things that we don't have. I was talking earlier about how we used to have banks in our neighborhoods back then, and these are stories that we hear, the Tulsa, Oklahoma story, where we would put our money, black people would put their money into the bank and the bank would shut down and all the money is gone. So with blockchain, this is a system where this cannot happen. And we got to understand that we're moving into this digital age and it's coming quickly. It's an agenda. The World Economic Forum has already told us what's going to happen. And if we're not paying attention to this, we are going to get left behind. People think this digital money is fake. It's not. It's real value. The market is like $3 trillion market right now. And it's only going to grow exponentially over the next 5 years. And the next 5 years alone, we'll probably see $100 trillion of assets on a blockchain. In the blockchain, we'll see a collective value of $100 trillion for the blockchain market in total. Everything that has value is able to be issued as an asset on blockchain. Property, deeds, ETFs, stocks, treasury bonds, documents, everything that has value, even food, carbon credits, literally is so much that can be tokenized and issued on a blockchain. And why is this so important for us? Because a blockchain, depending on which type that you get, it uses a sort of it doesn't use a sort of anything. It's a word that they use called decentralization. So right now with banks, we have a centralized banking system, meaning we have the players at the top. They control everything. You can't interact with a bank. Like the only way you can interact with a bank is if I go and become a client. See, this is different. Blockchain allows for anyone around the world to interact with this public good, this ledger. So I can look and see all the transactions. I can see if Jabril Muhammad actually did X, Y, and Z because I have a wallet address. And my stuff is public because we have to be accountable. This is why my company is called Accountable. And I also have another company called Verifiable, so we can verify these transactions. So I want to show you all this real quick. And this video is really to Jason Black. I'm gonna record this. I'm gonna pop it on my YouTube, and then I'm gonna send it to his email. But see, we have this causes page right here, and this causes page is something that I built in response to GoFundMe. So I'm still working on a couple of things. Actually, it actually works. I'm still testing on testnet, but this thing, we can send money to a campaign. And what's interesting about this is there's no third party. So if, say for instance, we had Carmelo Anthony's family register a campaign, they came on Accountable, opened an account, they started a campaign, they submitted a cause, which would go to me on the back end. I'll see who it is and all that stuff. Call them up, verify, do X, Y, and Z, make sure everything is good. You know what I'm saying? They're going through KYC, all that AML, all of this stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's a real legitimate, process to this. But see, in this part of this, usually GoFundMe comes in to serve the purpose of the payment processor. So it's person, payment processor, GoFundMe, I'm gonna hold the money in this account, and then at the end we'll pay the person off when they get funded or whatever. With this, we have a similar system, but it removes this payment processor because blockchain is the payment mechanism. So this goes from me directly to Carmelo Anthony's family when I donate. It doesn't go anywhere else. It doesn't touch any other part of a third party processing and holding this. It only goes directly through the ledger, which is why we have to educate people more about this technology, because this is the biggest financial tool that we have at our hands, and nobody really understands the technology, not the hype, not the meme coins, not all the money, which the money is one of the most important things, but the technology and what it can do. So what can I do on a blockchain? I can issue assets. I can start my own treasury. I can literally right now, if I wanted to, I already understand the business behind building a treasury company. The mechanics of a treasury company or a Federal Reserve is very simple. Look at other stablecoin providers. If we wanted to, as black people, we could literally have our own dollar on a blockchain. And the crazy part about it is, all having a stable coin is having a treasury that issues 1-to-1. You bring me $1 American, I give you $1 on this blockchain. You want to come out the blockchain? Give me my dollar back and you get your American dollar back. You get your deposit straight into your real bank account. So what this digital dollar allows us to do that this regular dollar doesn't allow us to do, is to move across different jurisdictions frictionless. And what do I mean by that? In blockchain, a jurisdiction is another network. In blockchain, a jurisdiction is another country. So right now, if I wanted to try to send, say for instance, I had somebody working for me overseas, I got to go through a payment processor like Wise. So if I send $60, they're taking about $3.50 out of that transaction, because you got to go through that payment processor. And that payment may take 48 to 72 hours to even get to the person. So just imagine having an emergency and you can't even get the money to the person that you need to immediately to suffice that emergency. This is where blockchain comes in again. So on the XRP ledger, when we send currencies, any type of currency, XRP, RLUSD, if I send it right now, it goes quickly, straight to the person, 3 to 5 seconds, it'll be in their account. It'll be in their account. If I want to send $20 million to somebody right now, you get $20 million in 5 seconds. This is the power of the blockchain. And this is why people like myself that's been studying this for so long have to start speaking out about this now. Because we're part of the younger generation. I need y'all to hear what I'm saying. It may seem like I'm just crazy. I didn't heard about. No. This is the future of finance. This is the future of how all value will be tracked. And if we aren't creating our own platforms right now, leveraging this technology, especially with AI, we are going to miss an entire financial shift. And it's so important. It's so serious that now I just have to start making videos just explaining this stuff, because I've been kind of working in the background. I've been kind of doing my own thing. You know what I'm saying? But the message is so much more than just trying to build it by myself. I got to get it out. And I built this not only for myself, but in mind with my people. As you can see, help us grow fresh food for the community, stand with our community for justice and change. These are some mock campaigns I put up just to, you can't actually donate real money into these because they're not live yet. But we're just testing the website, making sure things work. Stand with our community for justice, and then help this family secure safe camper, donate to Accountabul. We had to kind of run the little play or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But this is so powerful. Imagine us not having to worry about a platform stopping us from helping our people. This is what the power of blockchain can do. And I've been talking to a lot of financial institutions. Like, what I'm building is absolutely crazy. I build financial products, I build financial products that are not here now. I really have grown and changed a lot in my life. So why did I also build Accountabul? Because I understand how important real estate is to us as Black people. And I also understand how important, our economics is in us actually putting money together collectively. So what this technology allows us to do, let me click on one of the properties. So once again, this is mock data. When we go live, I actually have property myself that we're going to put on a platform to offer to people to purchase. And those people who purchase the property tokens also have a say in what should go on in or on that property. So it's just not, hey, you're buying these for me and I get to control everything. It's no, your word matters with Accountabul. Your token is your word. Now your token is your voice. You can vote with this token. You'll be able, if you hold this token, you'll make yield with this token. If you hold this token, you have ownership. So we just ran a test right here. This property was evaluated at $1.4 million, and we just created 7,000 tokens. And this price is $200 per token. But see, blockchain allows us to issue as many tokens as we want to. So I could have issued 1.4 million tokens. So the token would cost $1. And it's a game of, what's the entry point or price that you want to give to our people on our platform. For me, I want people to be able to invest with as little as $1, because we got to understand that the smaller pools, people with less, we are people with less, unfortunately, even though we're blessed to have so much as well. We have to focus on the reality of our economics. Most people don't have $500 in a bank account. Most people don't have $10,000, $4,000 in a bank account to invest. Most people don't have a credit score. I got a 750 credit score. You know what I'm saying? My credit score is amazing. I have property. I have other investments as well. I got my daughter. She got a Fidelity account. She ain't even, 6 months old yet, you know? So I've been the person that started to study this. And when I say I started to study, I went to school to learn how to code, and then I started building because I knew that our people would need something that allows us to first see it to believe it. Nobody's going to believe me if you don't see this. If you can't go publicly verify, hey, this dollar went into this account. So this is why I built Accountable. This is why we're leveraging blockchain technology, because it's a public good and it's a public ledger where anybody can go verify if we did what we said we did. There's no technology right now that combines all of these aspects into one outside of blockchain. So what's so interesting about Accountable? We don't need a credit score. You don't need a credit score. You can buy real estate without a credit score. You can buy real estate without a credit score. You can have $10 and invest into a piece of real estate. That $10 token that you get can allow you to say, hey, I got a cool idea, y'all. I was looking at the land. I think we should put Tesla charging stations on this land. And then if your idea is liked by majority share of people, that's when another conversation happens. Okay, how much does this cost to do this? Okay, we figured out how much it costs to do this. Okay, let's make a move on this now. Does the business make sense? Let's make a move on this now. See, and another aspect of this is the divisibility of the property and the tokens that are attached to it. And what I mean by that is if I have 1.4 million tokens to sell to people, they give them ownership rights. They give them governance, which is voting rights. They also make yield because the property, sorry about that, makes money. So the entire time you have this asset that you can make money with from investing into a real estate property. Then on the other side of that, you now have a movable asset that is yield bearing that you can go put in another protocol and get even more yield. So the token is collateral as well. It's because you paid money for it, and then the collateral part comes from the appraisal of the property. Since you own that token, you own a percentage of that property, and that token is now collateral. It's all of these things wrapped up into one. This is the best technology that I have ever studied, I have ever paid attention to. I'm glad I'm an investor. You know what I'm saying? But it's not only about me making it, because I'm still doing what I need to do outside. I ain't rich yet. This is why I'm spreading the word about this. Because it's not about me getting rich. It's about us being able to have some type of power, some type of control. And with a bunch of other strategies that I've been, working on over these last 7 years, man, I have found a lot of solutions. So we'll be going live within 2 months with our first tokenized property. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to be emailing, reaching out. I just want somebody to give me a chance and show them. I don't even need that, to be honest. This is going to be successful. This is going to be successful regardless. But I'm reaching out to people because that's what we have to do. And I'm reaching out to people that I trust. You know what I'm saying? Or that I can't say trust. I don't know these people. But I take a liking to some of the things they say. You know what I'm saying? So once again, man, we have this opportunity to capture this market. And I'm combining blockchain, AI, and real estate. When I did my numbers, man, we talk about those intersections of the market right now. Blockchain is worth about $3 trillion itself. The AR market is it's not even in the trillions. It's not worth in the trillions yet. I think it's still up under $900 billion in collective worth. Now that may have shot up. that may have shot up because we're starting to see, SpaceX and all these other people, Claude or Anthropic land these huge deals. So those numbers I got, well, it was probably 3 months ago numbers. This stuff changes so quick. And then we're combining real estate. So the global value of real estate the real estate market is $379 trillion. It's huge. In America, I think the global value of home-owned real estate is like $69 trillion, and those are homeowners. So we got this huge market that we need to address. It's more than just buying tokenized assets. It's about being able to have control over a financial system that we create, and no one can shut the faucet off to that system. I'll explain the decentralized word again. Decentralized means that anyone can connect to this public ledger. Anyone can issue an asset. You can start your own business around this thing, which is what I did. Anyone can say, hey, I want to build a company that creates dollars. How do we do this? Deposits, treasury, management, redemptions, licensing to stamp it. Hey, this is real. But the crazy thing about us, we don't need all of that. Nobody can't stop us creating a dollar, a stable token. No one can stop this because we can program money now. Money is programmable. This is the most powerful tool, and they're not talking to you all about this because they want you to believe it's a scam while they're tokenizing every single asset, every single fund, every single firm is coming to the blockchain and putting their assets on there specifically to do things like what I said earlier. Take an asset that's gaining yield already, go across a jurisdiction or go to another network or in the same network and put that collateral asset into another protocol that gains them even more yield. This is a financial market that you can get 20% APY off of your deposits. I go, man, this is real and it's real. I've made 20% off of my investment. Like confirmed, guaranteed 20%. Give us $100. We'll pay you back 20% in 6 days, 7 days, 14 days, 30 days. You participate $100 into this, you get your $20 at the end of that contract. I've seen markets where they had 100% APY. And you'll be say, how do you pay 100% APY when you need money for an investment that you know is going to be good? You don't care how much you pay for the money. You just need the money. And what these markets are, these financial markets. So I want people to take this very seriously. I want us to take this very seriously. And I want us to understand the power that we have. And if we don't start to adopt and adapt to this type of technology, we're going to be left behind. This is the new financial system. We can create our own black dollar now. We literally can create our own black dollar and have our money actually really truly moving through our own ecosystems. And those ecosystems have to live on the blockchain. They have to live on the blockchain. So y'all, this is Jabril Muhammad with Accountabul, brother Jason. I really hope that you see this. I hope you don't judge a book by its cover based off of other videos you see on my channel. I got to spread this out. I got to spread this word. But I hope y'all have a good one now. And I hope this was a great explanation. If you need any help, you want me to explain, I'm a call me type of person. Hey, I drop my email. Let's get on the phone. Let's handle this business because this is real deal business, y'all. This is real deal. I talk to people that manage billions of dollars of assets every month. So, Jabril Muhammad, peace.